Okay. The time is now 6:03. Our regular city council meeting for August 3rd, 2021 is now in session. First on the agenda is Councilmember Dalla would lead us with the opening prayer and the pledges of allegiance to the flags of the United States and the state of Texas.
Good evening. Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we come to you this hour asking for your blessing and help us as we are gathered together here tonight. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand and ask that you would clearly show us how to conduct our work with a spirit of joy and enthusiasm. Give us the desire to find ways to excel in our work. Help us to work together and encourage each other to excellence. We ask that we would challenge each other to reach higher and further to be the best that we can be. We ask this in the name of Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and invisible.
Thank you, Councilmember Dalla. First on the agenda is the Mayor Pro Temp oath of office. Our city secretary will administer the oath of office to Councilmember Dalla and make him our new Mayor Pro Temp. Ms. Dennis.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Dalla,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Schertz
of the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Schertz
and will, to my best ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United
and
States
of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Brenda.
Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem Dalla. Next, we have a presentation. We have the honor of having a few of our members of the armed forces who were wounded by the hands of the enemy. And we're here to present them with the proclamation, or the Purple Heart Proclamation. Councilmember Hayward, would you please step up to the podium? And could I please have the Purple Heart recipients and their families please join me at the podium?
Purple Heart Day, August 7th, 2021. Whereas on August 7th, 2021 is Purple Heart Day and the nation pauses to acknowledge and remember the sacrifices made by brave people in the military. And whereas the Purple Heart is the oldest military decoration still in present use and was initially created by George Washington in 1782 as a badge of military merit. And whereas our Republic of the United States of America could have come, could not have come to be a nation, nor it have survived the last 245 years in the absence of the United States military and its veterans. Whereas the Purple Heart was the first American Service Award made available to the common soldier and is awarded to any member of the United States Armed Services wounded or killed in combat with declared enemy of the United States. And whereas this mission of the Military Order of the Purple Heart, chartered by the Act of Congress, is to foster an environment of goodwill among the combat wounded veteran members and their families, to promote patriotism, to support related legislative initiatives, and most importantly, to make sure we never forget the sacrifices made by those so decorated. And on the 8th day of June 2015, the City of Schertz received a letter from Gilbert Brown, Commander of the Combat Wounded Veterans of Texas Military Order of Police, inviting the City of Schertz to become a Purple Heart City. And whereas on the 23rd day of June 2015, City Council of the City of Schertz passed a resolution accepting invitation to become a Purple Heart City. Whereas many residents of the City of Schertz gave their lives in defense of this republic, and many other residents of the City of Schertz have been combat wounded defending our republic. And whereas on behalf of the Mayor, Ralph Gutierrez, Mayor of the City of Schertz, situated in the great republic we call the United States of America, urge citizens acknowledge and thank all Purple Heart recipients and remember the sacrifices made by these brave people in the military, and hereby proclaim Saturday, August 7th, 2021 is Purple Heart Day. In witness of, I hereunto said by my hand and cause of the seal of the City of Schertz to be affixed on the 3rd day of August, 2021. On behalf of the City of Schertz, we'd like to present you with this framed proclamation of the first inaugural proclamation reading of the Purple Heart Day. You're welcome. Appreciate you. Say a few words.
It's good seeing you folks here. I don't remember seeing you guys back in 2016 when we did it on the 4th of July. You were probably there, but there were so many people for us to remember. The chapter 1836 of San Antonio Purple Heart is the largest chapter in the United States. We have the most wounded combat warriors in the whole United States living right here in the San Antonio area. And I'm just proud to be part of that chapter and do what we do, helping veterans out, and I do whatever I can to help my city out, to represent my city the way it's supposed to be represented. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much for your service. We appreciate it, and thank you.
Mayor.
Yes.
A picture.
I'm not sure if you've seen these signs are being posted as you enter our city limits, and this one will be on I-35, am I correct?
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
we'll take a picture right
Yes,
there.
sir.
Let's go to the front here. Next, we have employee recognition, a 30-year service pin recognition to A.J. Arriaga. Is that right? All right. Our city manager, Dr. Brown, will provide the award.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here tonight to present our 20-year service pin to Albert A.J. Arriaga, a legend in the city of Schertz. You get to come up, A.J. So it's truly a privilege for me to be able to present A.J. his 20-year service pin. What an awesome job he does for us. And we just appreciate every day of service that you give to the city, A.J. A.J. is the traffic unit supervisor. He also helped create the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Program, which is a new program that we have to enforce our laws on truck traffic in the city. And that's a brand new program, and A.J. is responsible for that. He's been with the department since April of 2001. He was promoted to corporal in 2009. And he's been over the traffic unit since 2013. He's also responsible for partnering with many different agencies, including TSAC, TxDOT, local community entities, neighboring municipalities, and also helping to create more avenues to promote traffic safety. He's also helped produce PSA videos about children's safety in bicycling, theft prevention, and school bus safety. AJ hails from the west side of San Antonio, and he graduated. Just anytime you need to interrupt me, AJ, he graduated from the Texas Historical Landmark, which I didn't know, Thomas Jefferson High School in 1989. He attended San Antonio College and graduated from the Police Academy in December of 1993. And he said he's wanted to be a police officer ever since he was a young person, and I didn't know this. In fact, he was across the street from a sniper attack at the Battle of Flowers Parade in 1979. He was shot at, and he witnessed a police officer get shot, and he says that incident made him want to become a police officer and help people ever since then. His spouse is Valerie. She's here with us tonight. Hello, Valerie. And his two boys, you want to introduce them?
Yes. Aubrey and Brendan.
Aubrey and Brandon, thank you for coming. And they live in Schertz. Valerie is the Assistant City Secretary for the City of Cibolo, and he says there's usually some friendly rivalry between the two wonderful cities, even though we all know which city is the best. Those are his words, not mine. AJ has also helped with badge design for our current badges for the police department, and also input on the police department's graphics on the vehicles. He started out as a vehicle and equipment mechanic on his first job on small engines, which he did at Alamo College Motor Pool, and that's now become a hobby for him. So he likes to tinker and have classic cars and participate in local parades. In his off time, he enjoys tinkering in the garage, repairing lawnmowers and vehicles, and listening to music on his vintage reel-to-reel tape player. I didn't know there were any such things like that in existence anymore, but you've got one, right? Or tube radio, that's awesome, or tube stereo console with his large collection of vinyl LPs. And so for the kids in the room, we'll explain what that is later after the meeting. So AJ, you do a fantastic job for us. We appreciate everything. We got a chance to have lunch with AJ the other day, and he regaled us with his stories from days past, and when Schertz looked a little bit different than it did today. A little bit different. But AJ, we appreciate everything that you did. We look forward to many more years of service with you. Congratulations. Awesome job. The obligatory picture. Come on, Valerie, yep. So AJ, the floor is yours.
So I prepared a speech. They're still printing the thing. It hasn't come yet. I just wanted to say thank you for the kind words. It was a big draw when I came to Schertz because I started out in Cibolo, and the guy used to make fun of me because they would say, like, you know, who changes the bulb and the flashing light, the only light Cibolo has on 1103 at 78. And more often than not, I'd need backup, and we worked one officer a shift in Cibolo. And so Schertz would come back me up, or Guadalupe County. And many times I'd need backup or some help, and so Schertz would back us up. And truly was honored working with the Schertz guys. They were genuinely good, honest people, and I enjoyed working with them. And I missed going back to Cibolo because these guys were such genuinely good people, and now they're our command staff, you know. And so I applied and got on with Schertz, and Chief Smith brought me on, and from there it's been a heck of a ride, and very fortunate, because when I started over here, I thought Cibolo was bigger than Schertz. You know, I'd come down 3009 and then take a left, and I'm in the big city of Cibolo. And then here Schertz was the amazing city that thank God I was destined to come and work for. And it's been a blessing, and I have a family now and a home and bills and debt. And it all started with Schertz gave me a shot, and it's been a wonderful ride seeing. In fact, I would come to church here when it was Good Shepherd. So chasing deer out of the Civic Center when I thought it was burglars in action, and my cover was way up 35, as there was only 3 on a shift. And so I'm scared to death. I'm chattering on the radio, and 2 big deer pop out of the Civic Center where it's being built, and so scared of deer. Scared of deer to coming here, but I thank you for your time and for giving me the opportunity. Many more years, I hope. It's been a pleasure and a joy and truly a blessing for my beautiful little city of Schertz.
AJ, thank you for all your years of service and the many more to come. Appreciate it. But we need that Crown Vic. You're going to get a new car soon.
Well, so there's a running joke because with my old things, my LPs, long playing records, put records and listen to them. My reel-to-reel tape that plays, and when it has these sensors, it'll stop and then it plays, reverse, so you don't have to change the reel. Well, I have a Crown Vic. It's my assigned unit still, and it's hanging on. And so the joke is that's my car, and the city doesn't know it, but it's really mine. And so when it goes for retirement, I'm going to hide it somewhere. I don't know where yet, but my old car. But again, thank you for your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll move on to new employee introductions. First, we have EMS.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Dr. Brown. I have 7 new paramedics to introduce to you tonight. First up, I have Brad Laffridge. He's a full-time paramedic with us, started in the middle of July. He grew up in Northern California, about an hour away from Tahoe. Spent some time in the Chicago area where he obtained his paramedic certification. He now resides in the Fair Oaks Ranch area, north central San Antonio. He's been involved with EMS for about 4 years. He enjoys the outdoors, fishing, hiking, and shooting, and also enjoys working out and healthy eating. So if you wouldn't mind joining me in welcoming Brad to the city.
I just want to thank all of you for this opportunity. I look forward to getting to know everyone and working here, so thank you.
Welcome to our team, Brad.
Either side. All right, next up I have Lashon Anderson. She is also a full-time paramedic with us, started on the same day. She was born in Gary, Indiana. She moved to San Antonio in 2010 and has lived here ever since. She attended the National EMS Academy to obtain her paramedic certification. She's been in EMS for about 6 years. Her hobbies include motorcycle riding and hanging out with her friends and family. So welcome, Lashon, to the EMS department.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to meet you. Super excited to start working. I'm actually on my first day on the ambulance, so that's why I'm in a different shirt. So, hi.
Well, welcome.
Next up, I have Frank Flores Jr. He's a full-time paramedic with us. He grew up in the San Antonio area as well. Frank attended UT Health for his EMT certification and returned to that school to obtain his paramedic certification in 2020. He also attended SAC and did the fire science program there. He's been in EMS for about 6 years and enjoys spending time with his 3 kids and going hiking and camping. So welcome, Frank.
Hello, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to serving the people of the city and working with all the great men and women that already do.
Welcome aboard, Frank.
Next, I have Joshua Sturgis. He grew up in the Adirondack Mountains in New York. He served in our military, finally settled in the San Antonio area recently. He obtained his paramedic certification in Rowan University in New Jersey and has been in EMS for about 9 years. He is married and has 2 kids, and he enjoys running and hiking as hobbies. So welcome, Josh.
Hey, y'all. I appreciate it, and I look forward to serving the community, and thank you guys for everything.
Welcome to our team.
Next for you, I'd like to introduce Jeremy Sanders. He is also a full-time paramedic with us. Grew up in the San Angelo area here in Texas. Went to school at the University of Texas Health Science Center here in San Antonio and obtained his paramedic certification. Been in EMS for about 5 years. He enjoys music, specifically the harmonica, right? He has a construction background, so he enjoys building things and keeping himself busy in that aspect in his downtime. So welcome, Jeremy.
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to working here at Schertz. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Next for you is Hai Din. He's a part-time paramedic with us. He grew up in the DFW area, currently lives in Leon Valley area of San Antonio. He attended paramedic school at Tarrant County College up in Fort Worth. Now been in EMS for about 6 years. Moved to San Antonio with his girlfriend recently as she attends medical school at UT Health. So welcome, Hai.
I want to thank you all for letting me be a part of this community and serving you all. Thank you.
Welcome to our team.
And last but not least, Jason Cardenas. He grew up in the San Antonio area as well. He now lives in Converse. Obtained his paramedic certification through University of Texas Health Science Center's flight paramedic program through the Army. He spent 6 years serving our country. So this is Jason's first civilian EMS job and is currently attending UIW to further his education. So welcome, Jason.
Hello. Again, it's my first EMS job, and I really look forward to learning from the professionals here at Schertz.
Welcome to our team.
Thank you.
Next, we have inspections.
Good evening, Council. I'd like to introduce Aaron Noah. Aaron moved to Texas from California in 2009 and graduated from UTSA in 2017 with a degree in criminal justice. After graduating, she worked in criminal justice-related fields, including as a paralegal for the law offices of Ryan Henry, and most recently being a co-compliance officer with the City of Live Oak. Working with the building department in Live Oak inspired her to broaden her knowledge of construction, and when the opportunity arose, she applied for the building inspector position with the City of Schertz. She now will have the opportunity to work and grow with the city as a building inspector. She wants everyone to know that how she's felt so welcomed and that she looks forward to establishing great relationships with the City of Schertz.
Thanks for the opportunity. I'm really excited to be with Schertz. It seems like a great place.
Welcome to our team. Next, we have the library.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Dr. Brown. I'm Melissa Yulhorn, Library Director, and it's my very great pleasure to introduce to you our newest Library Clerk 1. This is Kara Schur. She comes to us from West Virginia. She was born and raised there and attended Marshall University in West Virginia, where she earned her bachelor's degree in English literature. She decided to do, where are you at? Standing behind me? She decided to do something a little crazy and just moved to Texas last fall in September, and she is currently attending San Jose State University, where she's working on her master's degree in library science. She does have some library experience from when she worked in or lived in West Virginia, but we're very happy to have her on board. We haven't really had much of a chance to get to know her yet, but she's telling us that she loves to go hiking. She likes to bake, which we're very excited about. She, of course, loves to read because that is a prerequisite. And she has 2 cats named Michael and Midnight, which that, too, is almost a prerequisite for being a librarian. We kind of have camp dog and camp cat at the library, but she fits right in with about half of the staff. Anyway, but we're very happy to have her on board, so welcome, Kara.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to get to know you all and to serve the community of Schertz, so thank you.
Welcome aboard. And next we have Police Department.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, Dr. Brown. Tonight we have 2, I'd like to introduce Benjamin Guerrero and David Espinoza. Benjamin was born in Germany. He's raised in San Antonio, where he currently lives with his wife and kids. He has a he has a bachelor's degree in business management from Incarnate Word, and he's currently working on his master's degree in criminal justice.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to a long journey ahead. Thank you.
David comes to us from Judson ISD Police Department, where he worked 2.5 years. He was born and raised in San Antonio. And he has an associate's degree in radio, television, broadcasting from San Antonio College.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to serve the city.
Well, welcome to our team, David.
Thank you.
We'll move on to announcements of upcoming events.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. We have lots on the calendar for this evening. On Thursday, August 5th, we have the Bloodmobile here for a blood drive at 1400 Schertz Parkway from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. On Friday, August the 6th, we have a budget workshop in the Blue Bonnet Hall from 8 to 3 p.m. On Tuesday, August 10th is our next regularly scheduled council meeting. We have the Northeast Partnership meeting on August the 12th, Thursday, at Olympia Hills Golf and Conference Center at 11:30 a.m. And then we have the community budget meeting that evening at the Schertz Civic Center from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. On Friday, August the 27th, we say save the date for TML Region 7 meeting. That will be at the Hilton Garden Inn in Live Oak from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. On Tuesday, September the 7th through October the 12th, we have the 2021 Adult Cornhole League in one of our popular series for ages 21 and up. That's from 6 to 10 p.m. Registration is online at schertz.com. We also, on Sunday, September 12th through October 17th, we have our Kickball League. That's from 6 to 10 p.m., and registration is also on schertz.com. And finally, on November 2nd, the City of Schertz will be holding its general election on November the 2nd, 2021, for the purpose of electing council members in Place 6 and Place 7 for a 3-year term from November 2021 to November 2024. Any candidate desiring to have his or her name on the official ballot shall file with the city secretary an application in writing in the form prescribed by the Texas Election Code declaring themselves a candidate. The filing date is no sooner than July 17th, but since the 17th falls on a Saturday and city offices are closed, the date moves to Monday, July 19th, and no later than Monday, August the 16th, 2021 by 5 p.m. Qualifications for candidacy can be found online at schertz.com as well as the candidate packet. Candidate packets are available in the city secretary office. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Combs. Next, announcements and recognitions by our city manager, Dr. Brown.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple of announcements tonight. First of all, we did have a major water break on Sunday evening at Wiederstein and 3009. Our water crew was on the scene almost immediately. We're able to isolate the valves and restore water in a minimum amount of time. I'd like to recognize that crew. It's Jared Mohite, Matt Lopez, Don Sarton, Aaron Dahman, Ish Pardo, and Sean O'Brien. All of them just did fantastic work, and the trench was basically rock, and they had to dig through rock to find the leak, and the leaking pipe was much bigger than they thought it was, and actually they had to work all night to make the repair. And then we have to give credit to Cibolo, because Cibolo sent an entire crew over in the morning, about 8 people, to help and assist us, and they did that, you know, just on the drop of a dime. We were very grateful to them to come and help us finish up the work. So great partnership between the two cities. So want to thank everybody with that. A couple more announcements. One is that Amazon has opened a new facility in the old GE plant and on Schwab Road, and so they are operating over there, and we look forward to having them as a partner in the city of Schertz, and we're excited about that. I also wanted to mention that the Purple Heart signs that you see in front of you were actually manufactured in our own sign shop in the Public Works Department. Brian Timmons is the one who's responsible for that, and I think they did a lovely job, and we'll be seeing the rest of those signs go up here shortly. And just appreciate all the hard work they did. So thank you very much, Mayor.
All right. announcements and recognitions by the mayor. I just want to, on behalf of the mayor and the council, please pass our appreciation to the Public Works for their outstanding job with that water break. I also want to express our appreciation to the city of Cibolo for their assistance with the crew that they provided so that we can go ahead and finish up the job. Thanks. We'll move on to the hearing of residents. This time is set aside for any person who wishes to address the city council. Each person is limited to 3 minutes, and we ask before addressing the council, for the record, please state your name and address. Mayor Pro Temp, could you please call the first speaker?
Mayor, we only had one sign up this evening, and that would be Maggie Titterington.
Good evening, council. We have quite a few things happening in August, but I actually want to speak about September. September 21st is our Civic Leaders Luncheon, so those that are running for re-election or candidates that are running for the places that were just spoken about for the city of Schertz, if you would like to have a table and speak to our chamber membership and our businesses at that luncheon, please call the chamber and register. We're also inviting the candidates and incumbents from the city of Cibolo, also representation from the city of Selma, and I'm going to reach out. I'm not quite sure if the school district, the trustees have people running, but you're nodding, so I'm going to also reach out to them. But we just want to have the opportunity to let them speak a few words and then also just generally get asked questions by our membership. Our luncheon that's coming up this month on August 17th is our nonprofit luncheon. We have 22 of the area's nonprofits that are registered for this. We're going to allow a time to let, again, the businesses go and meet them and perhaps get networking and partnerships going with them. I'm also trying to see if I can get a gentleman out who's going to speak to us about the air show that will be at Randolph next year, April 23rd through the 24th. So the air show is coming back to our neck of the woods. Very excited about that. And I did get a brief presentation about some of the things that are going to be going on. And so I invited him to join us at our August 17th luncheon. On the 9th, at our chamber offices in Schertz, we're having a 10:30 ribbon cutting for Wreaths Across America. Very excited to have them join our chamber. They're a wonderful organization, and so that's 10:30 on the 9th at the Chamber House. August 13th, we are having our last summer smoothie celebration. It's from 7:30 in the morning till 9 at Tropical Smoothie in Schertz. They give away the most awesome smoothies and breakfast sandwiches, so please come and join us. We just like to eat free food, and we like to invite people to join us. So come on out. We just love the Johns, and they want everybody to come out. And the last thing that I have is our Chamber Bowl is August 20th. We have 215 people registered to play. I got room for 360, so if there are any individuals that do want to join, we do have room for individual teams. Just call the chamber, and to remind you, 50% of the proceeds that we collect do go to the DECA programs at Clemens and Steele High Schools, and last year we were able to give them $10,000 to split, and so I want to give them $10,000 again, if not more. So if you need any more information, please call the chamber at 210-619-1952. Thank you. Maggie Titterington, 1730 Schertz Parkway.
Thank you for the information. All right, we'll move on to consent agenda items. Consent agenda items are considered self-explanatory, and the information packets are provided to council and available for public viewing. These items require no separate discussion unless requested by council. There's only one consent item. Item number 1, the approval of the minutes of our regular meeting, our City Council meeting on July 27, 2021. Council, I'm sure there's no questions. Is there a motion to approve? Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the minutes made by Councilmember Hayward and second by Councilmember Brown. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Council, any comments? If not, let's go ahead and just call for the vote.
Aye.
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 We have 6 ayes, no objection, motion passes. We'll move on to discussion items. Ordinance, item number 2, ordinance number 21F30. An ordinance by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, amending Chapter 90 of the Code of Ordinances, Article 5, Water and Wastewater Capital Recovery Fees, appealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict with this ordinance and providing an effective date. This is our first reading. Ms. Williams, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Mayor, Council, Dr. Brown. I'm here, Suzanne Williams, Director of Public Works, the City of Schertz, and I'm here this evening to bring to you the first reading for an ordinance change to Chapter 90. And what this basically is, it's our impact fees for water and wastewater. Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 395, is the state law that gives us the right to charge these fees. And in a nutshell, there are fees that help, it's a funding mechanism for new growth when it comes in, a fair and consistent way to charge them across the board for the demand they put on our system. This ordinance has not been updated in quite some time. We had our planning department, our engineering department, public works department, and our legal team go over it. And one of the goals we accomplished by updating this ordinance is that we aligned it with the local government code, Chapter 395, so that the points made in this ordinance are supported by Texas law. Also, what we did is went through an updated language that's consistent across the city. It's language that we use throughout. So, for example, Planning discovered they have some more updated language, and so we changed the definitions like building permits. So what you see before you is the definition that Schertz currently uses, not the historic definition that this used to be in this ordinance. A second goal that we did, this is very important for us, the City of Schertz, for Public Works, and for our residents, is that this ordinance now reflects our current processes. An example of that is this one. So to calculate the living unit equivalence, which is how we charge for new development, number one, to size the meter. That's a straightforward charge. However, there are situations where that straightforward charge may or may not be the right charge. It could be understated or it could be overstated. The superintendent of our water and wastewater, he is the subject matter expert. And so by the experience, he can take a look at this and say, you know what, this doesn't seem right. They're being undercharged or, like I said, overcharged. So under the former ordinance, you could only go by the size of the water meter, or you could do a third-party engineering study. That third-party engineering study is nearly a $1,500 charge to our residents. So to give us an option, so they don't have to charge that $1,500, we would like to add language to the ordinance that allows the superintendent to actually figure those impact fees based on trending, historic consumption, something that is value, whether it be the type of business or at that location. The resident or business can still go forward with an engineering study, but this allows them another alternative, as well as making sure that we are properly funding our infrastructure. And finally, after all of those groups reviewed it, again, planning, engineering, public works, and our legal team, we found that there was some redundant language throughout the ordinance. And so what we did is, here is a simple example. Growth-related costs is actually found 2 other times in the ordinance. So we removed the redundancy to streamline the ordinance. Those were our 3 goals that we, 3 major goals that we accomplished in the ordinance, and so I'd be happy to entertain any questions you may have.
All right, thank you, Ms. Williams. Council, any comments? Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 21F30?
Move. Second.
Have a motion by Councilmember Brown, second by Councilmember Hayward. Any other comments? If not, let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
We have 5 ayes, no objection, motion passes. All right, next we have a roll call confirmation. Our City Secretary, Brenda Dennis, will provide the roll call confirmation for items 1 and 2.
Yes, sir. Item number 1, the minutes of July 27th, 2021. Motion was made by Councilmember Hayward, seconded by Councilmember Brown. Mayor Pro Tem Dalla, Councilmembers Davis, Scagliola, Hayward, Brown voted yes, no one voted no. Motion passed. Item number 2, ordinance number 21F30 on first reading. Motion was made by Councilmember Brown, seconded by Councilmember Hayward. Mayor Pro Tem Dalla. Councilmembers Davis, Scagliola, Hayward, Brown voted yes. No one voted no. Motion passed.
Thank you, Ms. Dennis. We'll move on to the next one. We had a workshop, police department training program that it's been tabled to our next meeting. So we'll move on to requests and announcements by our city manager, Dr. Brown.
I just have one further announcement. I got to participate in Love Where You Live this weekend. It's normally done usually in the April and October timeframe. This was an additional event in the Aviation Heights neighborhood, assisting several homeowners with mostly lawn and brush type of removal. So really do appreciate the effort that those volunteers make on behalf of our community, and also Republic for providing the roll-on, roll-off dumpsters that we are able to use. So we do appreciate them.
Okay. Council, any possible updates or information requested from staff? Okay. Yes, Councilmember Dalla.
I got a email from a resident asking about a fogging, that we used to have a fogger in the city for treating for mosquitoes, and I know the unit broke down and we haven't replaced it, and I just see if, is it something worth looking at and considering, and is it a program? And you can just talk to me privately afterwards.
Council, any other? Council, is there anything you'd like to place on a future agenda item? Now, let's go ahead and announcements by council members. Mayor Pro Tem Dalla?
Nothing.
Okay. Councilmember Davis?
Nothing, sir.
Councilmember Scagliola?
Not tonight.
Councilmember Hayward?
Yes, I did the TMRS conference, being on the advisory board, so I got to attend the conference to see what TMRS is up to. I attended the TML newly elected conference Thursday and Friday, and that was in search of new members for Region 7 to bring them aboard on trying to be participating in Region 7 when we do workshops. Attended a ribbon cutting today for a new pediatric office that's opening up. It's Dr. Garcia, and she wants to do more of the one-on-one, so you get to know who your pediatrician is and she gets to know who you are. It was a great event. The last thing is I want to also stress and ask members of council and staff if they'd like to participate in the TML Region 7 workshop on the 27th of this month from 4:30 to 7:30. We will have Jay Johnson there as our speaker, and he will be doing topics on leadership and also having us to do an exercise to understand what the DISC survey is, and you have an opportunity to participate in an individual DISC survey at the cost of TML Region 7. It will be your own personal survey if you wish to do it. Those emails will be coming out shortly on how to register and how to participate in that DISC survey. That is all.
Councilmember Brown?
Today is National Watermelon Day, and there's probably still time to get to Pickerel Park and grab some watermelon. They had quite a bit down there. Enjoy yourself.
Okay. All right, the time is now 6:47. We stand adjourned.